Oh. Hi there. This is my bedroom and this is my PlayStation. I love the PlayStation, though I didn't really at the time. I was a Nintendo kid, so my family had a PlayStation, or at the very least my brother had a PlayStation, and I always kind of resented it for not being an N64 because Nintendo kid. But a couple of years ago, I made the decision, after finding this little beauty on Gumtree for a very good price, £20. It was boxed, it had the original demo CD with it, it had multiple controllers, all the cords, it had the very nice SCART cable here that came with it, that I now need to get into the back of this. Again, pulling this out was a bad idea. Get in, there we go. So yeah, I got a PlayStation and I made the decision that I was going to try and get the kind of PlayStation game collection that young me would have lost their mind at. And over the last couple of years, I kind of have. I've got racing games all over the place. I've got all these kinds of 3D action games that I never played. Some of them I've never even heard of, even though they were a big deal. And as I've played more and more, and I've gotten more and more opinions about the PS1 and its place in history and how these games feel to play today, I wanted to make one of those retro gaming, like retrospective series that all the kids are into these days. So I'm going to start doing that for the PlayStation, because so much of retro gaming on YouTube it's incredibly Nintendo focused, because that's what gets the views, and it's also very American focused because that's who's making the videos. And the view from Britain and from Europe in general is just not told. So that's what I want to do. I want to tell my perspective of the PlayStation as somebody who was growing up in that era and who saw games that were important to me that Americans just pass over completely. Like Colin McRae Rally as a prime example. That game was everything in Europe, and in America it never seems to get brought up as one of the PlayStation's greats. So it's going to be a bit rough right off the bat because I'm still getting used to like making videos again. Like streams are one thing, Let's Plays are another thing. Like with how good recording software is these days, I can set up OBS, set it running with a mic input, and basically have a finished video farted out the other end. It's a far cry from when I was making the Diddy Kong Racing LP with a dodgy cheap capture card, a lot of Avisynth plugins, and just Avisynth as an editor, and then encoding the whole thing through a separate program. Damn kids these days don't know they're born when they're making their Let's Plays and their streams. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that. Whether it takes off, I don't know, but it's something I want to do. And the first one is, of course, going to be Ridge Racer, because in the beginning, there was Ridge. This game showed... It was this game and Wipeout, in my mind at least, that showed what the PlayStation was, why it was special, why it was something worth caring about. Also, I've got the high-spec demo here because I have Ridge Racer Type 4 because it's one of the greatest racing games ever made, and the spindle keeps coming off this PlayStation because it's in it's old. It's gotten a lot of use in the last couple of years. But it does work, see? Eventually, when you're ready. There we go. See? Works. With SCART input, so it's a lovely crisp signal on this old 720p telly that I had for over a decade. And it's just moved into the bedroom now. I've got a big 4K TV out there, but it doesn't have a SCART input. So, and composite input on it looks terrible. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. I love Ridge Racer, but I have some unkind things to say about it. So yeah, look forward to that. It's something I've been thinking about doing for a long time, and I feel like I finally have the confidence and the ability to pull it off in a way I'm going to be proud of. Yeah, that's the story. The PS1, through my eyes, as well as the eyes of the world, depending on how much research I end up doing. Yeah. It's going to be called Loading Screen. The first episode should hopefully be up in the next couple of days, if not, well, hopefully within the next week. I've got like 3 days off work in the next week and a week off after that, so I have some time, and working on projects like this is something that can occupy my mind, which really needs occupying a lot of the time. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you check out the series when the first episode comes out. I'll see you around. There we go, it does load up automatically.